favorite?
Man, because it's just not coming straight. But I say one of the rules are first time I'm here, me na manage home. My very first ever movie I may try. Screen movie bar screen so. Before then I'm a tribute I say microphone pass.
Charlie.
But the bar TV so I finally me drew Power of the Ghost way back about some years ago. That was when, like, in reality, I met people like Kofi Ajololo in reality, Jackie Appiah, Mercy Johnson from Nigeria, Nonso from Nigeria.
Wow.
So when I was okay, this is it. And truly speaking, around that time, the pressure be told me so. But I just told myself that you say you want it, now you're here. Kick it in. And I had to play alongside Jackie as my baby. I'm a so you can imagine.
And
then I say, mommy pressure crazy, but I was able to sail through.
Right. Yeah. Amazing. I know how it feels. It feels like being on screen, especially when it's something you want so much.
Yeah.
And what to one more, and then finally, I shot an ad for Happy FM. Yeah, your programs. Yeah, me wo fear how much be. Me to say my friend me for so my da crumpy ya. There, we didn't see you for TV. it comes with this, joy and happiness. Finally, at least it's paying off.
Yeah.
Oh, Papa.
Yes.
When it comes to movies, any roles, any idea, when they give you the role, I'll be player. How do you get into the mood? How do you prepare yourself? Ritual,
well, apart from say, what kind of script na tia say. No, what's the backstory? No, I said, okay, nipa way are me playing. What's in the backstory? Of him, ni mama, or grow up saying you need to create. I was say we create this her winning enough for character. No, help you build it. Okay, nipa way so fi ha or to say or course or ye say ni mo ni fear say netia. A bow ma who say okay. Se nipa wait to say the obekasa say obetna fie bi mu to say obedress to say ne mannerism ebe bibi to say then now I started envisage o di we need me who say the country say me kan papa de o di we ni be bo ho aka say okay character ne say na me connect then days or weeks leading to shoot no now fe movements oni you start to imagine, say, like that's when you're trying to put yourself in the character's shoes to try to live it kakra before the day. In dua, and yet ding biom, odo lines cut wow mannerisms no one nafa.
It's if you say the okay, say be more role say play a pin for and as a sebi, but them near
na crabby a show in your original quine one. I was so dream poetry. I shall know ni life was starting saying no of if you bem. Wow. Say young fan is a show in if you crasia. And no bank crying for Sophie ebia. Vote chi baby and none of a chi baby no about cry. And what the will be heavy. A different from if I nipanitis scaffold fee and animal mew now which will be now banner or boss abra. No, you put a nipa two wino. Almost me a bed different window naja quan but no Jumacron. I hand to Sana. The way I dear Nina, so I would choose is okay. Now so no director about say now who no say now who no okay and say me bekono
and not better now Ritchie what can say we pursue acting no I consider by what are some of the challenges are we feel more and etimi aboa a shape am wanyini e wasini twa adwumanim.
Okay metimi aka say the challenges from my end, and said that na said anyhow.
Okay.
Because yeah, we're new town, and at about 12-13, we free my parents on chain. So like almost all the things I have done up to today, it is yes by grace, God, myself, and then some advice na me nya efri nkrofo nchen ne ma so
maybe 12-13 now through mama no papa nchen no. Where did you go?
I was still in Newtown, but I had to
hustle. No, started 12-13.
Yeah.
Hey, we see Muntem. We are hard guy.
Malata market to be anymore. So like me said that I men koha me that much from my parents and I say people guardians or what have you. But Monsieur any time, any opportunity, you know, I need to learn something from it. Any opportunity, I need to learn something from it. So, not as much as saying I'm in one new town, though in Sheshobi, Nihono, I still felt like I still have a life to live, and that people look up to me. So I need to know what to do fitting net till when maybe Nyanko Ponsobe frame. So
right.
There wasn't much of men call her men yes.
But then when you decided say would you never go Korea city chemuno it was your for one penny
and American obia stopping me that much. But the anam started saying me nyano was when they started seeing me on TV. And this one will call, me movie so
okay.
Pressure and said any hobby baby sir.
Right. Based on your experience.
Yes.
We want to say what's at that age. Kwadetiminya ebia entia kakra na shaping kakra.
Yeah, definitely. At that age there I was still young. Now me very young, but me ubisa me said what happened, what went through me, what kind of spirit now pushing me to even take those decisions that time. You know, I can't say. But definitely I know say Nyankopon ana or direct it maybe amame. But at that age definitely many they say me papa na say me mama obi be mama guidelines but my mom those days baby ana me to e won Newton no abeka but mostly no ba market abe Malata market beton ade to upon bia she passes through to make sure say be okay. So those things I'll say, but I said that
it all turned out for the greater good.
Yes.
And then why the dead Sitsofe.
Yes.
Well, can you share some of the funny, memorable behind the scene experience I will call set to see sometimes who the course backstage the area no the na manu area man no enu ni edi but the common name the mama sire the mama bufuo no yenye bi nhwe can you share experience with Sam MNTS yenye bi ho
eh rade will be some tough question. I think most of the times no say who try maybe a movie and a TV series. Now do after 15-20 days as a break across set in. And then now you get a bit sluggish because you need wabre. But then last day and then you start missing everyone even though you are still with them. Wouldn't say okay this is the last day, this is it. Recently I was on a project one of Aquaba Magic series is yet to come out and I remember very well last day my brain, I was so tired. I needed to close at a particular time, and I think because things weren't moving as fast as they could, there was a delay. My head frustrated, but then eventually, a point and a microphone coming to become. I was like, I feel and that's the beauty of the job. A calm money there,
right?
Yeah,
but how long can shooting take?
If it's a film, it could go between 10 to 15 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Depending on the script.
Depending on the
script.
There are scripts that can go for like maybe 7 days. Yeah.
Depending on
the story.
And some scripts can equally go for a month.
Yes, 2 months.
3 months.
In terms of a senior film, the cast like a 4-cast film or 5-cast film. You are looking at between 7 to 14 days because I know cast and Dawson. The whole story is revolving around these people. But as a cast no Dawson, as a locations no so scattered. Then of course, Nema baby logistics no ebema time. So there are so many things. Yeah.
pa. No, we try enough aquabanity fear. And we give Ben a channel or the tram movie. Ever so. Rich, is there any role be a Usheni will say, okay, can we role we will move more? You kill it.
Rules need the especially so actor or like stereotyped kind of actor one
so we the
actor we very open, you are versatile an actor, you are always ready for any character or role that comes your way, because all you need to do is just like Sitsofe said, your role na character now, you need to start breaking the character down, get into the character, like become what it is at that moment. Just like a movie I ever come some very soon. Obi ebisa me and say, hey, Charlie, we are now into movie no. What happens like if it is real?
Right.
And I had to tell the person that in reality, and that's the truth. You see, so that you see the way the person saw it now or picture me in reality, that is what you have to leave in the minds of people. Yes, one of the fathers of the industry, Fred Amugi, Okase Oko Kumase, you movie, a very wicked man in the movie. Oko Kumase choba se oko difufu. Oduha choba una neso on 7.
Oh my God! You don't mean it.
It's true. You can ask him.
Wow.
So that means that he had lived the character to the extent that people are now seeing him as the character. They've forgotten that he is Fred Amugi.
Hey, and better crowd. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Oh, but it's a beautiful thing, So whether you played the good role or the bad role, people still address you by that character. When I'm a sister broke, he had to manage. You see, it's a good feeling. Now, Yan Shasta say, Ghana movie industry. Nancy, I think I read online. It said actors need to bring Nigeria. Because they want to see our gigs and they want to Ghana wake up Nigeria actors and do you think the Ghana movie industry it's improving?
Yes, it is improving. Yes, I mean, even Nigeria, Rebecca said they are still working, so we are also working. But obviously, and to me, not the same because you are talking about two different markets altogether, and then you are talking about two economies. I mean, economical strength altogether as well. So. For us, I'll say it's okay. So we are working. Thank God, Aquaba Magic is on now. Like almost giving almost every director, producer the opportunity to bring jobs. Other people are equally shooting. Like I can't mention names, but as I speak to you this afternoon, I was on one set. After this interview, I'm going on another set. So it means people are working.
Right.
But it's just that yet to say that we are Nigeria market. When we say like in a day, you have about 10, 20 productions going on. So for our people going there, it's ejuma. I call say Nancy, yes, you social media, Pastor Bia or Kase. One say the church members are back Ghana, about back to Nigeria, mama testimony. So for about Ghana, but yes, can order call back to Nigeria. So when our people also go there, I don't see anything wrong with it because Juma. So they're also going in, working, and will come back to Ghana. So
you see, first of all, thanks to Aquaba Magic for the wonderful thing they are doing. They are helping actors. Before our Omubeba system, prior to that, an actor can, go about their lives for a month, 2 months, and send a job biaba. And no crano. Then now, ubo job new year, praying say, producer no, ebetia oka, bibia oni na discuss assign biano, but these people have come into the system. Who say there's a loophole, and they are making sure say they are filling it some way somehow. One thing that shocks me, the fact that there were other production houses. DSTV is also a TV channel, let me call it that, for lack of a better description. And there are so many others. And I'm thinking to myself, say, okay, if at least, say 5 TV stations were also pulling one way or the other, say you best supported the industry because it's a whole industry.
Okay.
And kayebeko yenimpa. Uko Nigeria, me mecha enema kakra wo Nigeria. I remember vividly, I met a producer in South Africa. Within 2 weeks, was sending me email. He wants to cast me in his project. I flew to Ghana. The next day, I flew to Nigeria, and I was on set with him. Yes, and this was being funded by a particular TV station at the time. You know, for him to shoot and bring it to them to Wazobia TV, I think, for them to show on their channel. I feel like that's something we don't do here as well. There's so many TV stations. Say even Yanka say 5, maybe 3 of the English-speaking ones, 2 of the Twi-speaking ones. I'm just saying out loud. Inya decided, okay, you fund project we na yensu ye making sure that the actors are well paid. Anka obia benya ne chefan kakra aye. Another thing I may notice is culture, the culture of the people. Nigeria no omu chade na se sia YouTube crowd that producers are omu sini etu YouTube so Emma and Kofu eshe. Sometimes we complain about just the numbers, but it's not a matter of just numbers. Sinia ye babe kan ho asemi. We are making noise about it because that is how an industry grows. Say ye fresh nipa be basinima ababe because ye ku ye hu etwa ye hu ne be pull ye hu up. Say ye marketing no bibia wie na say nipa ambasinima ho ambesha. 1, producer na boka. 2, onya the push to say okay, next time is in travel for. That's how an industry gradually dies. In Nigeria, another thing, in Nigeria, 80% of the content omu TV sono, omu locally produced stuff. But yeti kroma ye kunkum baje ye. So then what happens is you are taking food out of the mouths of the people who could have been fed with that money you've used to buy foreign content. Unko India, enko she Dede ana madam ewo Indian channel so. But yeti kroma ya she India, ya she Mexico, ya she Filipino, ya she ni nyinabi. Esi akwade ya de twi etoso. It shocks me every time, you know. And so kokane bebre na yet said there when near pe, but that is you orientate people intentionally. Na afen omabe pe, and the more you do something, the better you get at it. And see Netflix for Nigeria because they've pushed it in your face to the point where you that's what you want. That is because media is supposed to not just entertain, but also teach
and to inform,
educate, and if you go when microphone pay nyem ye kunkumbaja na microphone pepant yes be say yi ye be sa kofa for when dia na say yi. That's how we are killing the market. I can't emphasize this enough. Ghana is a beautiful country. We have so many beautiful cultures, so many beautiful stories. But are we able to tell it with what we have is the question. And when we tell it at the level that we are people willing to push it, support it so that it can also grow?
Just to add to the to push something in the face of people, no, it's not like quack or boom.
Yeah.
No. You see, it's a deliberate thing. Today, America is America because of how superpowered they have shown their movies. Where Rambo or Commando can leave America, go to Vietnam, kill everybody in Vietnam, and come back, and he will be healed. It's a deliberate thing.
Yeah.
And with time, now, everybody is seeing America as
the greatest nation in the world.
Nation. But said they are not the greatest. But that is the deliberate message of what
they've painted on the media
over time. You go to China, the same thing. You go to Singapore, India, the same thing. Till today, you go to India, have however big the conference is, international conference, they still eat from, China, they still eat from that their leaves. That is the culture. But when it comes to Ghana, I think I can't say, you name the way I can be. You name the way I can be. And it also said, there are media houses, no? And the leaders, the legislation, they put things in there. To say Nigeria, for instance, I went to Nigeria for 5 days, and I was telling people, I didn't hear any Ghanaian song. The only Ghanaian song I heard was even because there was a Nigerian singer featured in the song. Camido's song. Sugarcane or featured Nigerian singer, no? That was the only Ghanaian song I heard. But here right now, should we even live here right now, the DJ will come, and will come and play a Nigerian song. You see, the deliberate action to get things done, no, we are not doing it here. Yeah. And that is our problem. Can Nigeria, to today, no foreign model comes
on any of their
billboard. No foreign model, because they have made
models there.
They've made it clear that you use our models or no model from anywhere.
Now we try their prime time. Now ye kunkum baja. It won't happen in Nigeria.
It won't happen.
Prime time. It won't happen.
Deliberate attempts, deliberate actions. No foreign song on.
I'll tell you this for a fact. And some of these people, Peter has equally worked with them. They're amazing directors in this town. Some of them, even Nigerians, respect them. Shalifin Pomas is an amazing director. Peter said, if you're another amazing... These are people who have their films on Netflix. But are they getting enough funding, enough support, enough push to do more of the good things they are capable of doing? When they do it, are people able do we have a cinema culture, a culture that supports each other, that wants each other to grow? Say, okay, me chasini, was cinema. Radio stations, let's support. What do you need? Do you want to come for an interview? Do you want to do this? Okay, come in. TV stations, what do you need? We want to, that's how we all grow as a people. Then people now see the rallying behind everything. There are some people, then they also follow. Right. Those people will eventually join. Grow. One Nigerian will shoot a movie now. You see all of them posting it. All of them sharing it. Ghana, Chanashe.
One musician in Nigeria will produce a song. Even if the song is no...
They will dance to it. They will make it
trend. And the person will start me. But Ghana,
so there's a whole cultural trend and mindset and perception about some of these things. That's generally, I would say, kakra no. Yes, son. That's the only way.
Sometimes it's good to vent out. But talking about the role of media in the promotion or in the supporting or the funding of movies, we may most specify. Say, okay, we want the media to do this, that. Because I work in a media house. What I can genuinely or generally do to support is set more has to say, free airtime. We're going to talk about your new movie. Sell it out for everybody to listen to it. That's what radio can do for now. But maybe TV will have another mileage.
Exactly.
So what do you need? Is it that they should support financially or say, they can't telecast your programs too? So can you explain it further?
Maybe before she comes in. Currently, I'm in school, right? Doing my master's. And it's purely into development communication. How communication can be used as a tool for development. And here's the case, or what I will tell you. You're asking us, what do we want? Rather, it should be what you would, like the deliberate thing you would have as a media house, that you want to promote Ghana. You want to promote anything Ghanaian. Then, of course, we would find ourselves in there.
I'm already doing my part to promote Ghana. You are doing your part. I don't mean you in person. I mean the media.
I mean the media as in general.
Right.
Because if you go to Singapore is today Singapore because of a deliberate move. What did they do? they called all the media practitioners together, the politicians together, the youth together, the technocrats together, everybody together, and they formed an agenda that this is what we want to do from now to whatever, to grow Singapore, to make Singapore what it is today. So you, the media, whatever we bring out, that is what you have to talk about. Debate it, discuss it, bring on board anybody that will come and speak to that issue. The politician, when you go out there, this is what you are saying. Youth, when you go out there, that is what you are saying. The technocrat, this is what you are doing. Today, Singapore, 50,000 pounds those days, Nkrumah time, and we are buying oil, cooking oil from Singapore.
Charlie.
So the whole thing is the deliberate action from the judiciary, from the government, that is executive, to the legislature, which is parliament, to trickle down to everybody. But you see, one of the things that I have come to realize is mostly when we are talking about development, the big people wants to sit up there and just throw it down. And expect that the young ones or the youth to rally around with it. No. Rather, calm down. Come and ask them down there, what are the things that you need? What do you think we have to do for you? Then, of course, you build your developmental plan on those, like, foundation. So, gradually, so free abemu na buy for bar. Oh, okay, almost see that is edu say. And there's a twaso. If those petty things are not done, sweetie, we would always be in this studio. We will talk about the same thing 10 years. These kids will grow. They will come and say the same thing. Their children will come and say the same thing. You will die and go. Your ancestor, like, it's a deliberate agenda. I mean, that's what I say. Until we are very deliberate about what we want to do, we will be here. How much rice do we buy? Do we import into this nation? Nigeria, it's a done deal. No rights from outside. It is our right. Because it was deliberate today. Who call Nigeria Who be Nigerian rights? Who share move from Ghana air qua tax I put Timukran to be Jaimono. You see, that is the thing. That is the thing. Excuse me, I think we are not here to talk about.
I'm loving the conversation though. Yes, it's good, sir. You're told Safremo. And we'll be any super Ghana money for you Sabri. Now you're free agenda, so I think you've elaborated enough on it now. Yamba, the new movie.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the new movie. Where you ladies first?
My casa side.
Shades of Grace, basically, surrounding a mom and son are more issues in their lives. Baku facing ne abusive husband on any and ne husband abusing. Meanwhile, I here on no play abusive husband. No. Hey, Baku so play oba ne ofi very staunch Christian home. Now, so our real thing and trying to live the chase life is not as easy as we expect to say. Then there is a third woman, also on one issues or dealing with spiritually near. So it tells us generally say, "Obi our life in shadow and perfect." So I don't be tino. We managed to pull through eventually. It's a beautiful story. It's you see, you get to see life differently after you've seen the film.
Exactly.
I play Oba officer Christian home known so our wetin me maso sa so our reno emba ushia
12 a.m.
na yeah ahun pai bona fa awai ninina yeah, and these are issues generally you see cutting across.
It's relatable.
Yes, it's very relatable. There are lots of ladies going through either of these issues. So even if you are not going through any of it, or go through. So it's a beautiful film. I encourage everyone to so you are not just coming out to watch a movie entertaining you, but also you are supporting the Ghanaian movie industry so that we grow and do better.
Thank you. But flying into so am I on Facebook happy 98.9 FM. Mumbra na mumber just say Emma ba kuma kunna obi a and I'm funi ofefo kwa na be cast no so be oh is that Gifty auntie and I am in this one.
Baby, producer na.
Why are saying Gifty auntie? Oh, Rosalind
Giza womu, Mathankuma womu, Bless Fortune womu, Mianka Sasumi womu.
Yeah, of course. I represented Oh, I see.
Akofa Jani womu.
Tikasti Dina and here bono.
Peter Ritchie in Suwum.
Sen was here when that fly champagne
And a Pascal Amount for director. And a Romeo Dramana. Also. I mean, it's a movie
about soft.
It's a very great movie.
The man mo pa hontuma.
On the
4th
of November, it was Silver Bets. And our price on a cool 60 Ghana cedis.
Oh, what they say?
To me, fan to shawarma.
And a 60 fan to pizza. Get what we are 79 cities.
What can say no
question. And see, Nami Adoma 4th November. Yes, you bring your tad, Nianko Pimo, Silver Bed Cinemas. Now, Yanko Shades of Grace. The woman helped by God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Time by never so.
7 p.m. 7 p.m.
Okay.
4th of November. Weekend here being the following Saturday. Yes.
Okay.
The following Saturday.
Na F you want the F be say F. Sometimes bisa say producers or modio music and say investors or modio music ashim no. Mo ko na mo premiere movie say do they get back what they've invested?
No kwasa me wo mu ni se enye fa kupena ube show sinino. There are so many other distribution channels ube use.
Okay.
Silverbird no first is like your first screening of the film basically. And producer bia any ni story or any baby or per se or deco, but there's a whole chain of distribution a year over to media content. By the time I'll be do last one a day anya enye kra say
at least ubenya the obet me the akata niam so okay
unless say bia sinina me who said the mechanic
sinina ngata amfa
either that and I say one year marketing no so papa because say who ton ade na she table as so be ehu
no kwase
I was say all the time no would traffic mo would journey the cars na chi
right which now can't say
oh na come the council say sometimes no there are other movies so maybe would the choir na like the euphoria around it is so huge so you get the numbers coming through and sometimes you see the numbers huge but don't forget where you premiered it maybe a premiere movie no almost more percentage into almost silver bet Virginia there ebia why rentals 1 or 2 and so if you premiere one na ujane see that means ebia but you still had to be moving it around to say movie I may try some years back and then also me say your baby 20 cedis per gate or National Theatre Folks Place. You see that means where you or baby akoko channels baby
and so from that Netflix
Netflix so but now it's going you see so the more you push it in the faces of people the more at least you get your
local feel. Na ansani ya shan komo na sino mu ma meti ase ase nche bia was say we are wild naija mu ko set fun ko kekanye mo bo mayen ye we are always here waiting na ansana menu bedi nkra no obi tie opese oye sinitwani futu bensa na we be mana na be mu na obetokoso I realizing a dream no
me de mechanic say bibia uberemo a make sure say ya there we need je ho okay when you say something you are passionate about because enyema bebre wo ho obetumi aya we need je ho you can get away with it Yeti krom ha oko hospital a nurse need to meet now e kan na nguso e family hwe nenim
loud them.
But you can't afford to do that as an actor. Ubetumi aye nurse na wa fa mirror na show enim nkofo ba no amamo attitude na ma kofi obaji usika busume. But uye actor na se unye passionate about ejuma no, there will be days ubeye ejuma no hu sika no. Enti se enya ade a weni gye ho a wo pese wo ya wabembe bu be jai. There will be days obeye ade no ebi a wo chim no wo feel say why ye bibi, but director be catch say nye say na me kan say ye no e wo say we respect e wo say we di obuo e ma wo mpanyimfo a mo wenim. But there are other jobs I won't hear obi a we designer we to corner mo now design flyer we do sika won't hear obi a be catch say don't do this or do this. But when you are an actor, you need to know how to respect authority. And there are so many little things that was say about this particular industry. So we will be able to say, "Ura acting more." Crucial. Say we be but most importantly, I was so you're passionate about it. There will be days I'll be corset. Ebia o call time I am now 9 a.m. Ebia o 3 scenes. O first scene we be trying 9 p.m. Uni abo try we be sumoja. Why? And now unyo bia eye ade a wo kra pese ya wo ko fie wo ka se jai me nye biom wo tumi akotwa bibi wo nre mu atare wata be sesa wo car mu intimi say last time I was telling a friend of mine I'm used to changing in my car cause oh ya ta where you wash away no wako. And you know, there's so many nuances to it. I was say usua, unim so ubisa, as you go along, ubesua nema bebre along. But the willingness to let know ewo hope. Obia who say they are willing to teach you. And the humility. And no another important one.
Very necessary.
Very, very necessary. Unye humble dia. Ube brem kakra. Na ubejai. Intim, these are the things I may make to me a catch of your persorium.
Powerful. Ritchie, who do you so swam?
Maybe and say acting is like a military job. Obey before complain. Yeah. And if you're not ready, onye ready. If you follow, excuse me to say, and I sit you, Charlie, near more post to social media, me some person me yebi, Charlie, check your picture in a bag, into acting on one or the other bag, me some person. You see, if you follow what you see, you would answer the questions wrongly. And by the time you realize that you are answering the questions wrongly, no, now, udim to say, flood udim, and coming out become a bit difficult because if you are a pampa be or baby, Charlie, me movie and I see. So going back to these same people will be difficult for you to go back. So prepare. What dreams up and say, ye as an actor or an actress, don't venture it because this is the Akano. And then me call time 9. Me draw 9 pepe no more ready. Into me free echo office. Around 3 and no more frame. I have to drive back to Aoshi. Me could try we and me free on mobile. Me no tea ya friend me call I mensa another set. Charlie. So this is the job. If you are not ready,
don't venture. Eti when na chini baka say untisi ni chasia untimi kosi ni chem. Hey, where's this one you don't want?
That is no chance in Antina I was in the chem no.
Hey, move from when you want crackers. Oh, thank you so much for coming to. Yeah, and also social media handles no.
Me patron.
I now bushafon timi follow yen kakra.
Okay, media and on Instagram is Peter Ritchie is one word, Peter Ritchie. So Peter P-E-T-E-R and the Ritchie start with another R, R-I-T-C-H-I-E and G-H.
Okay.
That's my IG. Facebook is Peter Ritchie. What else do I have? And I don't know.
Media the Sitsofe. T-H-E-S-I-T-S-O-F-E on Instagram and Twitter. And on Facebook, Sitsofe Tsikor.
Okay, let's get following. It was your vote. You know, young co. Kokoromo deeper. Go and buy your vote. Kona ko follow. Ne ye mayena.
But me per se, me pagana for cho. Ubiambra silver beds.
Yes.
On the 4th of November, 7 p.m. sharp. Bar crowd or at least 100 Ghana cedis. We thought it is 60.
We are guy with information.
We enjoy you.
Right.
We do phone baswa neja you trap pictures. You trap pictures.
Stars in the actors in the
okay. It's ye na yan channel so 4th November the other day ni puso ye na ye kwa cinema ya kwa dia samba ya kwa hwemu
ba fa wadan for video echi bra. So that we share film na wo po obi ni na ka film ni ho asem no we ni obi wo
ncha na. Woni e dan fon so for akodonkuya bra. Thank you guys for coming through.
Thank you
so much. I mean, that's it. Okay. I was here. I come on and what did you say? Ed the Ekoso Eyekikim Eye Fanta Bruta. Yamisha me that's say. Okay, me ho. I was happy 98.9 FM. I was just already obi DJ dinum de wa ebegum ede amaya na chese ya to dwumade no ehso me dey escape prema for never meguaga Joby yankwae